Schools closed. Empty roads. As of 9 a.m., Monday, May 12th, the government of Antigua and Barbuda has officially closed the public schools in light of the continued industrial action taken by the Antigua and Barbuda Union of Teachers. The inability to come to a mutually acceptable agreement on the part of both sides has led to this most regrettable outcome, affecting the most vulnerable element of the country's population, namely the youth of the nation. The youth element is one that every entity claims to support and cherish, with most everyone recognizing the important place they hold in the country's current and future prosperity. However, it would seem that not even careful consideration for the children offered enough incentive to bring this quarrel to an agreeable compromise. The government claims to be doing all they can, with the Prime Minister being especially adamant that this industrial action by the teachers is disproportionate and ultimately unjustified.
This is a self-inflicting damage to our country and our youth. And our people must stand up. Everything can't be about partisan politics. We don't understand the risk. We don't understand when people are trying to tear down the country, undermine the interests of our youth. They're going to stand up against them. What teachers are now above the fray, that they can take disproportionate action and put our children out of school, have them languishing for over a week.
It is hard to fault the PM's passion, as the prospect of the children suffering through an extended period of disorder is certainly upsetting. So are the teachers heartless? This would be the third time in 2 years that they have taken heavy-handed action towards the resolution of their demands. President of the Teachers Union, Casroy Charles, speaks on the matter.
There were numerous teachers who are yet to receive all their allowances. They would have paid allowances for the period in question, but it's not for everybody. So that's what's creating the challenge.
All right. How many schools are affected? All government schools, both high schools and primary schools?
Correct.
Okay. And of course, you're saying essentially that this will not stop until the matter is settled completely?
Correct.
The Prime Minister admits to some administrative systemic shortfalls that has led to inefficiency in the resolving of a few of the teacher matters. But he makes the argument that teachers are highly esteemed in his administration. Education Minister Darrell Matthew concurs, stating that there's been universal approval by Cabinet for practically every matter that he has raised during his tenure regarding teachers and their benefits. So it would seem that teachers enjoy the benefit of a community that respects them and a government that fully intends to support them despite a few shortfalls. But the existence of shortfalls, what does it say? Speaking definitively, shortfalls in the process of resolving issues that the government admits are fair demands speaks to some level of marginalization, whether intended or accidental. Even if the government means well, it is just a matter of fact that the level at which you deliver fair demands is commensurate with the level of respect you have for said entity. Teachers, along with law enforcement and emergency services, have historically been highly regarded as irreplaceable public service paragons worthy of respect at all costs. The role they play in society is as crucial as can exist in any civilization that is interested in growth and development. This vital resource, these champions that work in an increasingly more dangerous and combative atmosphere, guiding our misguided youth to success at all costs against all odds, cannot afford to be pushed to the peripherals. But most importantly, it is because of the nature of their office that they owe it to society to give more and more grace. If firefighters don't show up to work on a day, a few people may die. If police and EMS stay home, potentially a lot of people could die. And if teachers stay home, everyone dies. And in this case, the speed of the death is irrelevant. A society without teachers is a society that is unskilled, unprepared, unmotivated, and unleashed in all the wrong ways. The politicians that we worship were taught their fundamentals by teachers. The society that demands parents go to work in order to drive the country forward is held together by teachers who heroically give of themselves, preparing the next generation to continue thriving. Is it then fair for teachers to leverage this power towards their fulfillment? This is a question for the ages. Most would agree that a balance must be struck. But at the center of the struggle is the concept of power, and not political power or financial power, but real power. The power to shape the young, malleable minds that will determine the country's future. The reality is, this power is in the hands of a chosen few. And so what responsibility does the powerful owe to the vulnerable? This has been a production of Antigua.news. I am Orville Charles.